5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hola, hippies. Paz en el barrio. Winston, brother. Bugs, you know how we do. Maybe in the last little while you saw this cartoon. It reminded me, as much does, of the precautionary principle. Why do we take precautions? Well, first, to forestall possible, foreseeable, but in principle anyway, at least preventable consequences of acts which could have profound life-altering results, like pregnancy or the elimination of the genetic diversity in our food stocks. Humans, unlike pretty much any other species, can do plain silly things because we can do them. And what we can do can cause immense, immeasurable, often irreversible damage. Genetic engineering, chemicals, weapons, diseases, all at our disposal. When a vagrant gene or a microbe could colonize the entire world in a matter of weeks at most via global transportation corridors, the silly things that we can do potentially have vast implications. Well, recognizing this, 20 years or so ago, a bunch of biologists and ethicists had a conference in Rio, and they cobbled together a rule which they thought, if it were honored even a little bit, could possibly mitigate the offense of unbridled, unthinking can-doism. They call it the precautionary principle. Now, just to review, a precaution is a caution in advance, a caution practiced in the context of uncertainty, or perhaps even informed prudence. Just like in the back seat of that Chevy, hippies. The idea itself has had several iterations. There are two key elements in all of them. One, it constitutes a requirement that so-called decision makers try to recognize and anticipate harm before it occurs. Under the precautionary principle, it is the responsibility of an activity's proponent to establish the proposed activity will not, or is likely not to, result in significant harm before proceeding. And then secondly, if harm level may be high, it creates conditions for a positive obligation for action to prevent or minimize potential harm, even when there is an absence of scientific certainty that makes it difficult to predict the likelihood of the harm occurring or even the level of which it might occur. The need for control measures increases both with the level of possible harm and the degree of uncertainty. Despite it being just about the epitome of common sense in a crowded, technology-laden, polluted, dangerous world, the precautionary principle is just about unknown still. I doubt many of you have heard of it. I view it as the technological equivalent on the social scale of the physician's Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. You wouldn't let a doctor work on you who didn't believe they had a positive obligation to try not to hurt you, would you? So why do we let companies dealing in life-changing and life-threatening technologies get away with less? There'll be a test when I see you at the beach. Back to you in Hippie Central, Winston. Pause, babies.